Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioStation.
Yo, what's up, LumioStation? You got PokeaimMD here with a UU battle versus Kazumi. Now, this is an older UU battle. As you can see, we both have Pokemon that have already risen up to OU, such as Jirachi and Raikou, but nonetheless, it was a good battle. I wanted to showcase this. So, I'm leading off my Crocodile. He's going to lead off with his Rhyperior. I know that I can survive any one hit due to my Intimidate, so I'm just going to take this as an opportunity to weaken this Rhyperior for my Deblade, which could potentially do some work in this game if I do get rid of his Rhyperior. So, I'm able to hit him with the Life Orb Earthquake, doing a hell of a lot, as he is going to hit me with the Ice Punch. Now, expecting him to want to switch out, as he does have a few Pokemon that could come in on Earthquake, I decided to go for my Stealth Rock, knowing that this would be a good opportunity to get them up, as he actually predicts that very, very nicely and ends up going for his own Stealth Rock. So, aggressive play on his part, but nonetheless good play. So, I want to finish off this Rhyperior. Like I said, it could be a threat to my Jirachi if I don't get flinches. It's stopping my Volt Switch from my Rotom Heat, and it also stops my Deblade to an extent. So, I'm going to go right for the Earthquake again, as he ends up switching out into Pidgeot. Now, like I said, I do have a Rotom Heat on my team, and I'm kind of expecting him to just U-turn straight out, since he would expect me to switch out into that Rotom Heat. So I actually decided to stay in, go for Pursuit, predicting this U-turn. I was predicting anything but Hurricane or a Heat Wave, to be completely honest, and it's actually going to work out amazingly well for me, because with that damage, he can't come in on Stealth Rock, and as long as I don't let him spin away those Stealth Rock, Pidgeot is dead. So he ends up going on to his Raikou, as I just want to stay in to see what type of Raikou this is, whether it be Calm Mind, Assault Vest, Specs. Obviously, I can't really tell, but based on the way that he clicks Shadow Ball, as opposed to just clicking HP Ice and then being able to switch it up, Shadow Ball being the neutral hit that could hit everything, I'm kind of thinking this thing is choice in some sort of way. So I'm going to go out to my Sceptile, going to go ahead and Mega Evolve, as I can just fire off a Giga Drain. It is my safest play. I don't have Earthquake, and Giga Drain would do a decent amount. I was kind of fearing him to stay in and just go for HP Ice if he wasn't choice, but the way he went for Shadow Ball, I'm pretty much thinking that Raikou is either choice Specs or choice Scarf. So I end up going for Giga Drain on the Tentacruel switching, and I'm punished for that by the Liquid Ooze, but it's fine. Like I said, I want to keep those rocks up on the field, because that's helping me weaken Raikou. That breaks any potential sashes, that breaks Sock Sturdy if he does have it, and also it knocks out Pidgeot. So I'm going to switch out into my Deblade just to spin block, as he does end up trying to go for the Rapid Spin, and what I can do right here is just try and SD up. As long as he doesn't get a Scald Burn, I'm fine. Even if he does get a Scald Burn, as long as I can weaken this Tentacruel to the point where it can't Rapid Spin later on, I'm good with that. So ends up going for Scald, as thankfully he does not get the burn, and what I can do is just go right for the Iron Head right here. I actually have Iron Head, and I believe Sacred Sword. I don't think I have Shadow Sneak, so this is my best attack to hit him. I mean, I think I have Shadow Claw, so this is my best attack to hit him, as I'm just going to follow it up with a Shadow Sneak, which means that his Rapid Spinner is gone. That means Pidgeot is dead upon switching, and potential Focus Sashes and Sturdy are all broken. So he goes out to Rhyperior. I'm kind of expecting to outspeed, because I do run speed for Rhyperior in NU. Even though this is a UU battle, but he does run enough speed to outspeed me, and he can take me out with the Earthquake. That was a pretty big threat to his team. Unfortunately, I did lose it. I thought the Blade would have a little mini sweep right there, taking out two Pokemon and severely weakening the third. But I am going to be able to go out into my Sceptile, and at this point, I can just go right for the Giga Drain if I want to, as he decides to sack Pidgeot. Good play on his part, not allowing me to get back any other HP or just gain back any HP from the Giga Drain recovery. So he ends up going out to Raikou. Now, just looking at his team, I was thinking it's either Specs or Choice Scarf, and I decided I would stay in, go for Dragon Pulse, because if he is Specs, I get off enough damage to the point where I put him in range of Sucker Punch for my Toxicroak, and if he is Scarf and ends up predicting my switch, going for Volt Switch, like he does, I get the free +1 due to Lightning Rod, and I can knock him out with my Dragon Pulse. That was just a play that did not work out for him, as you guys saw, but he ends up going out to Cacturn. I do not want to take a Sucker Punch, as Sceptile could potentially be useful versus the rest of his team, as it does outspeed his Sock, though I'm not entirely sure what variant of Sock he is running. So, going to go out into my Toxicroak, as he ends up going for Sucker Punch, and right now, Drain Punch is completely free. It knocks out Cacturn, it does a hell of a lot to his Sock, and it also knocks out Rhyperior upon switching. So Toxicroak is really looking like my win condition. I've set it up for Toxicroak to win. I could have went for SD right there, but there's no real point in me making a risky play of him potentially having Encore, or him potentially having some move that can knock me out or crit me. So I'm able to knock him out, as he is going to go out into his Sock, and I decided that at this point, because my Sceptile is fodder for basically fodder for Sucker Punch from Cacturn. I decided just to sack it, that way I could get the free switch into my Rotom Heat. The thing is though, as soon as I went into Rotom Heat, I was a bit scared because I'm like, well, what if I miss Overheat and it doesn't knock him out? So I decided just to click Volt Switch, knowing that he was choice banded just based on the damage that he did to my Sceptile. I mean, he just knocked it clean now, and confirmed on this damage on my Jirachi, since this knockoff does a hell of a lot, as I barely am able to survive. And all I gotta do is go right for the Iron Head, as I will be able to flinch his sock, and then I can just follow it up with a Fire Punch from my Jirachi. It didn't really matter if I got the flinch because Toxicroak just cleaned up after that, as I could just Sucker Punch Sock or Drain Punch it, as that was adamant damage that he did to my Jirachi, and I could just Drain Punch his Cacturn. So he decides to go out to Cacturn. I go for Toxic just in case he wants to try and go for Sucker Punch, as I could play around, or maybe I can just play around his Sucker Punches, as he does end up going for SD. Maybe I should have went for the Fire Punch or the Iron Head right there, but I'm going to go for Sub, trying to stall him out with Toxic, because he predicts that very, very nicely. He knew I was Sub-Toxic just based on Toxic and Fire Punch and Iron Head, as he's able to knock me out with the Drain Punch. But now Toxicroak can come in because he isn't packing a Life Orb. I can survive a +2 Sucker Punch even if he does crit me, and I can just knock him out with the Drain Punch. So he doesn't even decide to go for Sucker Punch, as I can knock him out with Drain Punch, and that is going to be a good game. So yeah, good game, Kazumi, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe to Lumiose. Check me out. I'm actually doing a Pokemon Red Randomizer Nuzlocke on my channel. Pretty new for me doing Let's Plays. And yeah, until next time, guys, later.